Hello. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to Family Showdown Live Top 10. I hope y'all had a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Boxing Day and everything in between. So we are back. We're ready. And we're talking about 2017, and it's ending already. It's so soon.
It is ending.
So,
how's
awesome.
everyone doing?
Yes. Hope you all are stuffed full of good food. Goodness.
Our table's a little cluttered. I think I got most of it out of the picture, but we got Lisboa set up, ready to go. So we're
Got
gonna
plans.
play that right after we get off the top 10.
That's right.
So this is the top 10 for 2017. These are games that are actually published in 2017. And we're talking more the America release, the U.S. release. So
Okay.
some of these games, at least on my list, are 2016 releases, but in like SN and Europe. So when they came to the U.S., that's what I'm considering 2017. So there's a few that are 2016-ish, but most of them were close to the end of the year or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. These were Christmas presents. Where'd you get them from? They were...
An Etsy shop.
Yeah, but it was like Geek Star costuming or something like that. I'll have to look it up for you guys because it's awesome. I liked it on Twitter. I don't know if you want to stalk me that much to find the address, but... So
this, as I was saying, this was 2017 games, but this is what we've played so far.
Yeah, this is going to change, I have a feeling. In 6 months' time-ish or so, I think we'll be able to revisit this and have a slightly different list. We did it last year like that, and our list went...
Yeah.
And that was the sound effect, too.
So we'll discuss at the end of the video some of the big, heavy hitters that we haven't played yet. So, without further ado. Let's get started. Hold on. Let's get
Come on, tech guy. Let's do this. We got this.
We're ready to go.
We are.
All right.
Bring on the end of the year. So, you ready? You ready?
I'm ready when you are.
Excellent.
Hold on.
And so it begins.
All right, go for it.
Okay. My number 10 is kind of not a new game, actually, but it did come out this year with Restoration Games, that is. And that was... What? That's not me. Whoops. I put my 11 on there. Sorry. My tech guy's okay. I'm fired. That's my number 11. That's
what's
okay.
it called?
My number 10 is Stop Thief.
Did you have a picture for it?
I don't know. I wasn't going to put a picture for it. It was my honorable mention. So, yeah.
Why don't you change your 10 to what you put? Because I can't do I can
talk about my game.
Okay.
What does it matter?
We don't do a picture then.
I don't think the world's going to end. My number 11 was Photosynthesis. My number 10 is Stop Thief. And Restoration Games redid this. And so it kind of is a new game that came out. I feel like I almost cheated on my list in a way. But it's a new game. And this time, instead of the clunky, fun, goofy handheld device that you had with Stop Thief back in the day, now you've got an app on your phone, but you can still play with the old school menu buttons and sound effects, or you can play with the new one that's a lot easier to read and understand. Just if you feel nostalgic, you can play it in the old style game. And the board is really neat. They kind of revamped. You have some special powers and things. At its heart, it's still roll and move, and you're trying to find the person who committed the crime and solve it and get there quicker than the other detectives. But at its heart, it's still the same game, but they tweaked it up and modernized it. So it's a really fun and engaging game now with modern board gamers. And so that is my number 10, Stop Thief. It's very awesome.
Almost got it.
You almost got it?
I almost got it.
You almost got it? Aw, that's cool.
So, yeah, this one is kind of a cheat.
I know, I feel like it's kind of a cheat because the original game did not come out this year, but it's such a new game. And you can put the old picture on for all I care. Look at that. Oh, look at that. I guess I'm not firing my IT guy this time. Yay! So yeah, but Stop Thief. I really love what Restoration Games is doing so far. They came out with a bang, and I'm looking forward to each new game that they bring out because it's just, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, this one has almost a like you said, it's almost a nostalgia factor for it, but the girls can play it. So,
Oh, yeah, and they love it.
This is totally a family game, lightweight family game.
Oh,
It takes a little bit of reasoning to be able to deduce what possible places the thief could go, but Nessa did pretty good at it.
We usually talk it through. So we're like, okay, it can either be here, 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 or here. We try to narrow it down like that to kind of walk it through. So we sort of team play it, but people still get their special clues and secret clues, and no one shares that stuff. And then we still end up racing each other to the end. So it's pretty fun.
So the one thing I'm noticing a lot of other reviewers are doing this year, they may have done it in the past, but I really noticed it this year when they did their top 10s, they did a separate top 10 for reprints, second editions, and releases. And we're not going to do that, so I think it's totally valid to
Combine it.
Although, it all into one
I don't think I did any expansions. I did not add any expansions to mine. This is the closest, I think, to a cheat that I have. Everything else is brand spanking new.
All right, good stuff. Restoration Games is doing good stuff. I'm looking forward to
Go Restoration
Fireball
Games.
Island.
I know. When is that coming out? Do you know?
Next year sometime, supposedly.
2018, baby. Woo!
Yeah. All right, my number 10 was her number 11. And that is
I knew you liked that one.
Photosynthesis. I love this game. This game is, I don't know, it's one of those games where you can play it two ways.
Yeah.
You can kind of just go with the flow and just kind of go, oh, I'll just do this, this, and this. Or you can really go, okay, if I build a tree here, it's going to do this, and then the next turn I'm going to get this, and you can really brain burn this game. Or you can play it casual or brain burny. I think it has that appeal, like a big spectrum of appeal to lightweight casual gamers all the way to even the people that have like the heavier games because of the deep strategy games, because there's a lot you can make this a much bigger game than it is. Anyway, photosynthesis, you're growing trees and the sun is kind of moving around the board.
I love
and
that.
It's shining a certain direction. Depending on what direction it shines, only certain trees are getting sunlight. The taller trees obviously will block the trees behind them. So there's strategy on blocking different opponents depending on which way the sun's going to go, and try to maximize the amount of energy you're going to get as the sun travels around the board. And it's a game where you have to make a decision at some point when your trees get up to the tallest they're going to get. You have to say, okay, do I want to keep that tree to keep getting lots of energy from it? But at some point you got to destroy the tree or cut the tree down to get your victory points. That's how you get victory points, is growing them to the maximum size and then cutting them down. But you're cutting away your energy source by doing that. One of your best energy sources. So it's a really great game. Like I said, it casual. You can play it casual. You can play it super strategic well, and it's pretty cutthroat. It can be pretty cutthroat. If
Nature's cruel. I'm just saying. You don't realize it. No, it's beautiful. I think my favorite thing about that is how pretty it is and the way that the sun mechanism is, because it rotates around the board, so the sun's going to hit at every angle, and some rounds you're going to just get a ton of sunlight points,
right.
And then sometimes you're just in the shade because somebody's tall trees are right there. It's just really, really well designed.
Yep, I like it. It's a good one.
So,
and it's one of those games that I think they could stick around a long time.
Oh yeah, this is a great game for that.
It's an evergreen.
Oh, I see what you did there.
All right, your number 9 before the internet kills me.
My number 9 is, I like to intro it as the most thematic game that we. What the heck is going on with? You opened your image, Gooberhead. Man.
I'm fired tonight. This one was my fault.
Gosh.
Okay, go for it.
Can't even continue.
This is a reprint.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, I guess I cheated. New York Slice. This is a reprint for real?
From some cake slicing game.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a retheming.
I didn't know that. Well, this was the best retheming they could have possibly done.
I won't blame you on this one because I'm sure you didn't know about
No, I had no idea.
Other game. I don't even know what it's called. Some cake slicing game.
Doesn't count.
Same as that game, but different theme.
It's not the same game then.
Different.
I'm just kidding. I didn't know about that. That's interesting. But yes, I love this game. It's so cute. You open it up like a pizza box. The pizza slices look like pizza slices on the top and the bottom. You flip it over and you can see the crust. It's ridiculous. The scoring pad is the little waitress order slips. The directions on how to play the game are set up like a pizza menu. I mean, you're counting sardines for your negative points and pepperonis for your positive points, and you have your today's special, which is special ways that you get bonus points during each round. And it's such a fun family game.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play this again. It's a more the merrier game. It's so much fun because one team is going to decide how to split it, but the other team is the one that's going to pick which split they're going to take. So you don't want to just have like a really awesome half and then a crap half, because they're going to leave you the crummy one and you're not going to get any points.
It's multiplayer. It's not teams.
Yeah, it's multiplayer. Well,
no, it's multiplayer.
That's true. That's true.
Every person plays their own.
You can play it teams too.
We're used to playing with the girls.
Yeah,
teams,
we play teams. Yeah. But yeah, multiplayer. Oh gosh, it's so much fun because as you split them up and you're like, oh, I gotta make them good enough that I still get something when it's left over, and just the struggle's real.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where it's light and happy and fun, but at the same time you can really get pretty cutthroat with it, trying to figure out how you're gonna collect what kind of pizza, and I love it. I love that game so much. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like the part, the set collection part. So basically, there's different types of pizza, and you're trying to collect groups of those, and you have a choice. You can go for trying to get the most of a particular type, or you can just eat the pizza and get points at the end of the game for the number of pepperonis you eat. So it's like you're kind of watching what the other players are doing, and you go, oh, I don't have any chance at this one, I'll eat these. But then it's a race between the players for some of the sets, trying to get that. And you can look at someone and say they're collecting a certain kind. You can put that kind in a crappy split, but they'll still want it, even because they really want certain kinds of pizza, right?
Oh my gosh, it's great.
So yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
It's a fun one. So now that I know what your other number 9 is.
Piece of Cake is the name of the game that it's.
Okay. I'm guessing what Kabuki knew this.
Actually,
or
it was
Dan or
it was James.
Oh, go James!
All right, my number 9 is
what a surprise.
is Dice Forge. I like this game. When I heard about what was it, Rattle Bones or whatever it was way back in the day, where you construct dice and you use those to play, I was like so excited because that really seemed like a really amazing idea, but the implementation of it wasn't that good. I heard really bad reviews of it.
When did that come out?
It was a couple years ago.
Okay.
And so when Dice Forge came out, I was like a little apprehensive. I'm like, oh, it's going to be another game that's not that interesting. Just a gimmick, right? You're putting different faces on a dice, and it's gimmick, but it really actually does work really well.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's really a lot of thought because you have 2 dice, and you're trying to decide, okay, do I want to put. You can do multipliers that give you more resources. Do I put multipliers on one and put what I want on the other one, or do I just go for lots of one thing, or how do you want to do it? There's really a lot of thought in how you design those dice, and then obviously there's some luck with how they roll, right? So you're kind of trying to maximize what you're going to get from each die to your benefit, and you use those resources and things to get cards and such to win the game. So it's just a really cool. The insert's amazing in the game for the game. It's really the dice, the popping the faces out in and out are really smooth and easy. It just works really, really well.
I really like the insert with that too, because if you put it back, you're ready to go. You just take the cover off, and basically everything's in place, and you can play the game. Love that.
They're saying I wore the same shirt the last time. They're saying I haven't changed clothes in a week.
Look at that. Yeah, he hasn't shaved.
I haven't shaved.
You look like
I'm bumming out. Got pajama bottoms on. Alright, Dice Forge, awesome game.
Yep. It is a really awesome game. You know how awesome this game is? It's so awesome.
It's your number 8.
It's my number 8.
Let's see if it's really your number 8.
Well, I don't believe you. You just have to believe me, okay?
Alright, so talk some more about Dice Forge.
Dice Forge. What I think is the most fascinating about it is that the dice are sturdy and solid. The only way you get them out is you pop them out using another piece. And I was looking at them going, oh no, are these going to be stickers? Are these going to chip? Are these...
Right.
They're sturdy. They're not stickered. So you're going to be able to play this for a really long time, and you're not going to kill the images. They're not going to fade. It'll take them a long time to do that.
Right.
And the pieces are not going to break. It's just, they're built out of like that Lego, indestructible Lego plastic, you know.
Right.
It's like,
it really does feel like Lego material.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. And wow, I love that. The only thing, my only complaint is I feel like the game goes too quickly.
Oh yeah,
by the time we're getting really going, the game's over, and the 2-player just flies.
Yeah, 2-player, you're like, we're done. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
We almost consider house ruling more rounds or something to
Mm-hmm.
make it a little bit longer because it is super fast, like
Yep.
30 minutes fast. It's just crazy fast for 2 players.
Yep. But it's so much fun, and have we house ruled? We're gonna play it longer next
We
time.
have,
It's like-
I think the next time we
We're gonna
play,
try-
we're gonna make it longer.
it's
Because just when it starts getting going good, you're done,
done.
right? You get the dice
Maybe
like,
we-
oh, I really like my dice. Oh, the game's over.
maybe we just suck at it.
Maybe we do. I don't know.
But we're gonna play it longer because it's just a lot of fun. It's really fun.
Yep.
And I like you said, I like the balance of deciding, do I want to make a really awesome dice or do I want to spread the love because I
Yeah.
stink at rolling and I'm hoping that somewhere along the line one of my dice will deliver for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Actually, if I recall correctly, you did really well at this
I
game.
did actually. Because you know why? I took away all the bad things, so it was impossible to screw up on at least one die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one strategy. Just load one die up where you're sure to
Foolproof
get
it.
in one round.
I'm sure to get something out of it.
Yeah.
Because,
All right.
oh my.
My number 8 is
Not Dice Forge, I'm guessing.
not Dice Forge, since we already talked about that one.
Really?
My number 8 is Too Many Bones.
Wow!
So I only played this one time, and I really, really enjoyed it. The only negative I have coming out of it is that we played like the massive, long, super crazy, advanced game that took 4.5 hours.
We were playing
to play.
with the full player count and everything, right?
But anyway,
Like,
Too
that
Many
was-
Bones is really cool. You have like a character that has a certain,
Oh my
normal
gosh.
fantasy stuff. You have like wizards and alchemists and rogues and things like that. You have a character, and then they have a set of dice that's specific to their character. And you're basically going through an adventure. So it's like a mini campaign where you're going through a series of combats and encounters and things like that. And as you go along, you gain more and more dice, and your character becomes more and more powerful just through the course of that one gaming session. It's just really cool how the characters interact and play off each other, and the combat system is actually pretty interesting because you have, based on where you are, the monsters can attack different people. So
Yeah.
you might keep the standard, keep your wizards in back, put your warriors up front, kind of thing. And
Sure.
it's just a really cool system. Like I said, the only minus I had is that we sat down and played for 4.5 hours. Other than that, a shorter game, if it was 2.5, 3 hours. I know there's short, medium, and long campaigns or whatever, adventures or whatever you want to call them, and we chose the longest one. But it was great. The company
so much fun.
company was great. We had a blast, but
Oh yeah,
it
that
kind
was
of
awesome.
overstayed its welcome towards the end ish. And it has all kinds of interesting things. Like one encounter we had, you had to do like a dexterity thing where you're
That
flicking,
was fun.
where you're flicking
I forgot
dice
about
and,
that.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Just different. It has different. It's just really interesting, the whole thing. I don't know if this is. I think this was a Kickstarter. I'm not sure if it's in stores or not. I know nothing about it because we obviously played
Yeah, we don't
someone
own
else's copy. We don't own this game, but I had a really amazing experience with it, and
That was fun.
It was. I mean, probably it was 50% the people and maybe 50% the game, but it was a great time.
It was cool, and I forgot about that. The little side battles, like, didn't we have to play basically like poker too? We had to play a card game and win.
Yeah, there was a poker game.
and we had to do, like you said, the dexterity flicking thing. Oh my gosh, that was so nerve wracking. Because I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna win. But it was fun. It's just a variety of stuff going on.
Yeah, it
with
was
that.
just it was
didn't
like
realize that came
it
out
was
this
a
year.
real it's a vehicle almost to have like a role playing session, right? But it's
Yeah.
all dice driven.
Yeah.
Well, which was most role playing games are dice driven. This is really dice driven. Your abilities are
On the-
dice.
yeah.
Your dice are your abilities.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So like if you want to attack with your weapon, you roll a die and it tells you what happens and things like that. Whether you can defend, and it was just a really cool system. It was very complicated in the learning because every single character plays different.
Completely different.
So we basically got an overview of how the game works, and then we had to go around the table and say, okay, this is how your character works. This is how your character works.
because all the dice were unique to your
Yes,
character and
right.
everything too, so it was all, yeah, everything had to be explained. So that did take a while when you have the full new people in the works.
Right.
That was, yeah, but again, worth it.
Yep. It was. I had a really great time. It's just that 3.5, 4 hours in, I'm like, okay, okay, I get it. But it did come down to like the last adventure for us to win the campaign, right?
Yeah, it was
or
still
whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's a campaign scenario, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
pretty awesome.
All right, what you got?
My number 7 is abstract, but it's pretty. And that's Azul. Oh man, and I've introduced this to a couple people now, and everybody's like, "Wow, I like this, and everybody wants to play again. Nessa wants to play it because she thinks it's so pretty, and so I was starting to show her how it works, and so I think with some coaching and stuff and like helping her, she can kind of like do some of it, and she really enjoys like playing with it, and it's a awesome game to get people interested in abstract games because it's absolutely gorgeous. The play is fun. I love thinking about it. It's kind of a two-part puzzle because the first part you've got certain spaces that you need to fill out, and you have a bunch of dice set up in different little stations, and you're trying to pick your dice out, and then they pool in the middle. Huh?
I'm saying dice.
Oh, I said dice. Tiles.
Yeah,
Sorry. They're
don't want to confuse
tiles.
people.
No. There's no dice. Another reason this game is so great. No, it's tiles. Beautiful little tiles. They almost look like Starburst candies or something. Yeah. But, they start to pool in the middle, and so pretty soon you've got this huge group, and you can only take one of each color, so if you let them all pool in the center, you're going to be picking up 7 of a color or something. It gets crazy. So you kind of have to strategize when you want to pull what. And then in the second half of that, you're taking those that you put in these spaces and starting to fill in your board and getting points and filling it out. And once you complete a row, that's when the game's over. But in the meantime, you can fill out columns to your heart's content and get all these mad bonus points and things. Oh, I just love it. It's a really, really neat game. It's really pretty. It's a great casual game. It's really easy to teach people. And if you haven't played it yet, I think you should try it, especially if you like shorter games and you like, maybe even if you don't like abstracts, you haven't tried one, this is a great one to maybe bridge that gap.
Yeah.
To be honest, because it doesn't feel like your typical abstract, it's not colorless, it doesn't feel, and it still has that little tiny touch of theme where you're like, oh, I'm filling out this lovely tile, because if you don't fill it out right, then your tiles break and you have negative points at the bottom. And I thought that was cute. So, again, theme, not so much, but it's basically an abstract game. Absolutely stunning, though.
Yeah, I actually enjoy this one. I'm not a big fan of abstracts, and I like this one. I didn't think I would like it at first, and I had that little aha moment because there's basically groups of tiles scattered around in a big circle, and you take one color from each group, and you get to take those, and the rest go in the middle, and you kind of don't realize it until you get cornered that there could be a big pile of one color left.
Yeah.
And if I take that, I'm going to break
negative,
lots of negative points. So there's some strategy going, okay, maybe I need to clean that group out occasionally so that I don't end up with like 8 blue tiles in the middle and someone has to take that and they're going to get a lot of negative points. So there is a little strategy, and also looking at what she needs. Like she may need 3 blue tiles, so I don't want to ever have 3 blue tiles in the middle because that's a perfect setup for you. So I prevent you from getting the 3 blue tiles in the middle.
It's fun, that tug of war going on with that. I also like the fact that if you want to make the game a little bit trickier, you can flip your player board over, and they don't have the set pattern for you. But it's kind of like Sudoku in that, sure, you can pick what you choose there, but you can only have one of that type of tile in each row and each column. So you're going to have to build your board as you go, and it's going to burn your brain a tiny bit.
Yeah, we haven't played that.
We haven't done it yet, and I can't wait because it looks so neat. So again, you want to kick it up a notch. I love the fact that it's got multiple levels of play for you. So, Azul.
Good one. Not as good as mine.
Whatever.
Because my number 7 is
this low.
We haven't played enough of it yet. Near and Far. I got some good games on my list. So don't be talking about my list. Near and Far.
Well then.
I think this one's gonna, when we do the list in June or July, or whenever we do the revisit of their 2017. I think this one's going to be higher up. We've gotten like a taste of it. So we played the intro and 2 games towards the campaign, and I really, really enjoyed it so far. I kind of want to see how it plays out, and I'm hoping it's not, because we play in the campaign. I think you play, I want to say 9 or 10 games.
Yeah. And
basically, I'm worried that it may feel samey towards the end.
Yeah.
So that's my only concern is after it's not. I want to see a building, a progression of some kind. I mean, we're seeing storylines as we go that are kind of connected.
Yeah.
I'm just curious where it's going to go. But so far, it's great. But it's not like super amazing. It hasn't blown me away yet.
I made this list before we started playing it, so it was my 12. And the other thing I was thinking about now that we have started playing it too, you're worried about the samey stuff, and I was like, you know what? It might, but then we also have the character campaign we haven't done.
Right.
And that's going to be different because you're following the characters' plot line instead, and we haven't done any of that yet. So
it makes me think that I might actually enjoy the character side more.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be storylines that we progress through in this. So I'm gonna it's a wait and see at this point. But right now it's sitting at my number 7.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny this last one because we did something slightly out of order. I'm not going to say what it was to spoil it or anything, but it was funny because we learned some details about the stuff that happened to you, and then I encountered it, but it was like slightly out of sync.
Yeah.
And we're like, wait a second, we know who you are, you sneaky devil. Yeah, it was really funny, and I like the fact that the stories are interconnected and stuff. So that's
no, it's really well designed. I'm just like I said, I want to hold judgment until I'm playing that 9th and 10th round. If I'm going, oh man, it's the 9th or 10th time I've played. Is it? Do I feel like we're
just doing the same thing? Yeah, that's true.
That's the only reason it's so slow.
Because you kind of reset each time. It's not like you keep, your gear or your turtles or whatever each time. You start over every time. You start
completely over, right?
So yeah, it is weird.
You have a few like storyline elements that you keep, but other than that, you start over.
That's true.
Yep. So I'm curious.
Intriguing, yes.
So by the time we roll around to the revisiting we'll have the campaign done. And I'll have a better feeling for where it's going to land.
True.
All right.
You're going to laugh at my number 6, I think.
Oh my goodness! What just happened?
My number 6. I just love this. What?
Nothing.
What are you saying? Nothing.
Go for it.
That's
Say
right.
What it is.
I love Bob Ross, The Art of Chill. That game is hilarious. I love it. Hey, you know what? Part of it's probably nostalgia. I'm totally okay with that. My dad watched that and painted along with Bob Ross, and so it was cool to like pull that out, and then we have some of his paintings there on the little easel, and we're like cadmium yellow. We recognize all the names of his paints and stuff. It was really fun, and we got together. We got this for my dad. We saw it coming out. I was like, I have to buy this. And we played it, and it was a blast. And it's actually a real game. You think, okay, this is going to be just horribly corny. We were kind of afraid it might be, but it's fun. It's just, this worker placement. Like, you're trying to paint and collect your paints and your special paintbrushes and everything and paint this and try to get it done before Bob Ross does. And you get bonus points for doing that. And once you finish the painting, you can change and you get a new one. So there's a whole bunch of his paintings. And they're two-sided, so there's tons of stuff for you to go through. It's not like you go through the whole thing each game by any stretch. And we were playing it with 4 people, the full count, and we still only saw just a handful of paintings. It was really fun, and just the little special abilities and stuff. But it was a fun, really engaging game, and now I've hooked my parents on that kind of game style now too, so I'm like, woo, we can get them into more of those.
Yeah, it's a ticket to ride, wait, set collection game.
And it's a blast. It's a blast. I love Setting the Cast.
It's okay.
Whatever. If you like Bob Ross at all, it's a blast. I'm just saying. The nostalgia thing I know adds to it.
That's true. It helps a little because it's actually some of his paintings.
Yeah, it is. Those are his paintings. Yeah. And so, it's just...
It's got a nostalgia factor to it.
And they have some of the little quotes from his show and stuff on there too. I mean, the little flavor text and all that are awesome, and it was a blast. We had a lot of fun playing that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So, yeah.
It's mega ultra crazy light though.
Oh yeah, but I care not. I like all games.
Care not.
Yes. You were like, I don't.
Let's contrast that with my number 6,
which is probably super heavy. Oh geez, yeah.
My number 6 is
Sidereal Confluence.
There you go.
Because you can't say it.
I always say Sidereal.
Sidereal.
Oh,
jeez.
Sidereal Confluence is my number 6.
Oh, look, you can say it. Troll!
This game, I've only played it once, but man, it was off the charts fun. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It's completely my kind of game. It is real-time trading. It is like Pit the Space Game.
Oh my gosh, you didn't tell me that part.
It is real time. It's basically go, and everyone just trades the whole table. We had, I want to say, how many players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players.
Holy cow.
And they were all trading at the same time with everyone. It's open trading.
This sounds
Anything
amazing.
Goes.
This
trading.
sounds amazing.
And so you have a round of trading, and then you do an auction to buy new colonies and planets, I think. And then basically what it is, it's just a cube churning game. So basically I need certain sets of cubes, my little thing will turn like 3 red cubes into a big blue cube and a purple cube or whatever it is. And if you don't have the inputs, you can't get the outputs. And you're never going to have all the inputs. You're never going to produce all the inputs you need. So you have to do that trading to be able to get all the inputs you need to create the things you want. And then you churn out these cubes, and then the goal is to turn in certain kinds of cubes to basically get these victory point cards. So basically, a victory point card may have a set of different cubes you need, and you get those via trading and via your production, and turning your production into the inputs and getting the outputs you want to create the things you need. And it's just chaos. And there's people just if you're not outgoing and you kind of sit back in games and kind of just quietly play, this game is not for you. You gotta be in the center of the table, yelling and trading and making the whole time. You
didn't tell me. See, you made it sound like it was some kind of like oh gosh, like you were bartering and talking like negotiating. And
no, it's like, I'll give you 2 greens for a blue. 2 greens for a blue. No, okay, 2 greens and a yellow for a blue and a black.
Oh my gosh, you did not tell me it was that crazy.
It's that for they say you should set a time limit, but basically you go until everyone kind of calms down.
Is there such a
people just go, I'm done. I'm not trading anymore.
This is great. I want to play this game now.
And on top of that, every single person has a unique race with a unique special ability that is very different than everyone else. Very different.
Sounds glorious.
Every single person is going to play the game completely different. Like one dude everything he produces is wild cubes. His cubes are any color. So that's what he produces. So when he trades, he may trade one of his wilds for maybe 2 of the other ones because his can be any color you want. Another person, when they get you can do technologies too to make your production better. So one person produces technologies, and the way he gets victory points is he rents his technologies out to other people, and it's just crazy. Great game. The only reason it's this low is because I've only played it once.
Wow, and it's a 6.
Yeah, this is my kind of game.
Oh my!
But the problem is finding 10 people that are as crazy as me to sit around a table and yell at each other for 4 hours. It's about a 3-4 hour game.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
this sounds exhausting.
It is exhausting.
Sign me up.
Well, you have a section that's real time, the trading, but then you do the bidding and auctioning and your production and thing is normal speed. Then after that's done, you go back into real time trading again. So.
Oh my gosh, this sounds amazing.
It is. It is a lot of fun.
I'm ready.
Really fun.
I'm ready.
But if you're reserved or shy and then this is not the game for you, because we did have a couple people on the table that was not very outgoing, and you had to walk over and kind of look at what they had, and then say, okay, I'll give you 3 greens for those 2 blues. Meanwhile, I'm over here going, wow, I need green cubes. Who has green cubes?
I'll be in your face. Take my cubes.
So anyway, this game was pretty fun. I really enjoyed it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I expect to see this higher on your list.
It will go on my list. Well, for my for Christmas, I got. So there will be a play of this in the near future, I hope.
Excellent.
All right, I talked enough about this amazing game. Onward.
My number 5. I like a lot of light games.
Oh dear.
What? Don't you oh dear me.
This is okay.
Yeah,
this is gonna be on a lot of people's lists.
Yeah, I think so. That is Century Spice Road. I have not played Sidereal Confluence yet, obviously, but this is another one of those. To me, some people, I don't know. I think of it very different from Splendor. I think they're 2 different games, especially with the Splendor expansion now. I like Century Spice Road. I just love it's just a smooth game. It's very easygoing. It's very laid back. It's very casual. But you can sit there and think about it and just wheel and deal some great combos. And I love that. And again, it's another game that I feel like I could take somewhere and we can play and talk at the same time and have a good time with it. And I love it. And I love the combos and the way you can ramp up if you get the right cards to do your trading and, figure a good combination that works for you, then you can really start ramping up the points and stuff. And I love it. It's a fun game. We got the little mat thing. I don't think you need to have it, but it's just pretty, and I love the little bowls that come with it. It's just pretty fun game.
Yeah.
So
I like the that's one of the mechanisms I like, where you have a set of cards.
yeah.
And you play a card and you take the action of that card. And then you keep playing cards, and then you have to take an action to bring all the cards back.
We're timing out for a second. Did it jump?
Did they say it on there?
No, I just saw it spinning.
Oh no, that's just our.
Oh, okay.
My computer's running too much stuff.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, so
yeah, I like that mechanism where you play cards and then you have to take an action to bring the cards back to
Yeah.
play them again. So
Yeah.
it's really
you have to
kind
think about what you're doing.
Yeah, you want to have an efficient deck where you can play all your cards before you bring them back, instead of playing a couple of your good cards
And then
then
have
pulling
to
them
take
back.
that time,
Yeah, it's just an engine building, cube pushing game.
It's so much fun. And I like the fact that it's got good stay power, because we played that fairly early in the year, I think, and it's aged well for me. This is a keeper for me. This is one of those that I'm going to keep for a long time and want to play, just because it's so smooth. It's just a really fun game. So
Yeah, a lot of people say it's a Splendor killer, but I think this one's slightly heavier than Splendor, slightly more
I think
tanky
so.
than Splendor,
I think so.
slightly.
yeah,
So Splendor, I think, is this would probably be a next step game. So if someone likes Splendor, this would probably be a next step.
yeah.
game.
I think of them as two different things, especially with the new Splendor expansions. I think with the Splendor expansions, that game's changed quite a bit, and I think it's with using the other stuff, it makes it different enough that.
Yeah, but it's still getting lots of certain color things to buy cards that give you victory points.
But I mean, it's different. Again, like you said, because you're changing your deck and you're trying to like do this deck
that's what I
thing,
mean.
and
It's
you're
a
not
step- it's
doing
a
any
step.
sort of churn like that with Splendor at all.
Right, it's a step up. It's definitely a step up from Splendor.
So I don't know, but yeah, I love them both, so I can't complain. But I think Century Spice Road wins on just how smooth it is.
It's interesting how light your list.
Some of my list is, yeah.
It's very light so far. All right, onward to my number 5.
Yeah, it is really light so far. You're right. That's interesting.
My number 5 is Yokohama. This is one of those 2016 ones that didn't really get released in the U.S. until 2017.
Oh, okay, that's why I was like,
Yeah, if you look on Board Game Geek, it says 2016.
I cheated and looked on Board Game Geek, so. there we go.
But I consider it a 2017 game because it didn't hit retail until 2017.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
So, Yokohama, this is a worker placement game-ish. It's one of those weird worker placements where you're putting... In this game, it's a tile game where there's the different places you're going to put your workers are set on tiles, and you can arrange those tiles different ways. There's a standard setup, but then you can kind of trick it up. But you place your workers, and when you place your workers on the board, that's basically a trail that your big worker, your Mr. Fancy Pants, can move along your other workers to go to places he wants. He has to follow his little ant trail of workers to wherever he wants to go. And it's got all kinds of things going on. It's basically churning out resources. You turn those resources in to fulfill contracts, and you do things for the church, and you get technologies and all sorts of craziness. But it's kind of a mid to mid plus
Yeah, it's fairly heavy.
straight Euro type game.
I love the way the game works, but oh gosh, I hate the artwork in this game. I know that's horrible, but I can't get excited about the artwork for Yokohama. I don't know why. To me, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, like the Japanese artwork.
If that's what it is, yeah, no. I love the way the game plays and all that, and I find it interesting, but I have a really hard time getting super excited about this game because I feel like I'm staring at this ugly game for a couple hours. I don't know. I know that's weird, but for some reason the art has more of an effect than I realized until I started playing this game. Because I really like the way the mechanisms work in that game. But
Making me cry.
Sorry.
I'm going to cry.
Sorry.
I'm dying a little inside.
Are you? I'll play it. I'll play it. But it's not the first one I'm going to go to because I apparently like shiny things, and that's not shiny to me. But the game mechanisms are awesome. So, there you go.
All right. So my number 5 is a horrible pick, apparently.
No, it's an awesome pick. It's just not pretty. I don't know. I just have to, I don't know. I just want it to be pretty. Sorry. Boring. Next. There you go.
Wow. Wow.
I'm kidding.
All
I'm
right.
kidding.
The smack talk has started.
Whatever. You're not going to talk smack about my number 4.
No, I won't talk smack about your number 4.
Darn right. I got a little heavier, folks, and that is with Clans of Caledonia. Good old Scotland. So yeah, it's...
Pad's like messing up the
Oh, whoops. We didn't mess it up
wording.
there.
The wording. I'll move it
Shimmy,
a little bit.
But yeah, this is a great game. I love it. You still have to help me score the proximity thing. For some reason, the proximity
the
thing throws me
settlements?
off. The way you score the settlements is weird to me because you have to go across water sources, but not rivers, and I botch that up every time. But beyond that, I don't know why I have an issue with that. I love this game. It's so much fun because you're building, you've got cows and sheep, and you want to have, what they call it, a cheesery, and you've got your brewery, you're making whiskey and cheese and bread. And so you're trying to plant these all out and spread them out, and you want to get as many settlements as possible, and everyone's got their own clan, so each clan has like their own specialty. So again, you got this asymmetry that I love that. I love the fact that we're picking something we're like, oh, I like this tactic. I'm going to try working with this clan and see how it works, and it's just really fun. So, and what are you cackling about over there? Because now...
Oh, they're saying that you say art is important while you're sitting in front of a
a bunch of felds. I didn't say about the box covers. The Yokohama box cover is cool looking, okay? The game, though, yeah. Just saying.
Clans of Caledonia.
The Clans of Caledonia, pretty darn fun. I like that game.
It is a fun game.
I have more on that later.
I don't know. You don't know me.
Oh, we know.
I
know you.
You don't know me.
I know you.
You don't know me.
Yeah, if you haven't tried that one's a fun one to play.
All right.
I enjoy it.
My number 4
So low.
is Altiplano.
Or when I'm tired, I call it anti-plano. I don't know why. Anti-plano.
Altiplano?
Yeah, Altiplano makes more sense. But
so this is the... What are they saying? What's all the cool kids say? This is the spiritual successor to Orleans. So it
it's
uses...
the hippie version of Orleans.
It uses the same bag...
Oh yeah, the bag building kind of thing. Yeah,
pooling, whatever you want to call it, mechanism. But this
But
one's
changes
more.
it.
Yeah, this one's more of a. It's more Euro-y to me in a way. It's more. I don't know. It's more of a. You collect these resources and you turn these resources into victory points kind of games. Orleans has a little bit of that, but Orleans seems like it has a little bit more going on. This one seems like it's more of a pure game. It's more. It's not spread all over the place. Because Orleans, you have the traveling around on the map and getting resources.
That's
you
true.
have all these different whatever you want to call it, lines where you're building up your level in each of these different things. And then you have your whatever the influence thing or whatever it's at the bottom you're dealing with.
Yep.
And you have all the sending people off to good deeds.
Yep.
And you have events. And there's just so much more going on in
Yep.
Orleans. Whereas
That's pretty
Altiplano is more of it's like a refined game where it's just all about resources. It's churning out resources, storing those resources in your warehouse,
Yep.
and completing cards. I don't know what the cards are called, but so
Okay.
it's more refined, I guess. It's distilled down into more of a pure game where Orleans
it's not point salad-y.
Yeah, it's not
like Orleans
it
kind of has
some
that feel to it,
It has some point salad to it,
but not to the same extent.
But not to the same extent.
Well, and the bag building's different too, because now you're emptying the bag before you
Right.
refill it instead of every turn chucking everything back in and just
You
hoping
basically
for
go
it.
through your entire bag
It's-
before you put all your discs back in. So you can't draw the same 4 out every time. You're like, I need a blue guy.
Yeah.
I can't get him. Whereas this one, you're going to churn through your whole bag,
Yeah.
dump it all back in, and start over again. Which is good and bad, because you could get lucky and get the good ones one after the other,
That's
too,
true,
right?
too,
That
yeah.
takes some of the randomness
Well,
out of it.
yeah, you plan slightly differently with those different games because of that, though, because you know that you're not padding your deck full of the blue ones because you know your odds of pulling the blue ones are
Right,
better now because
right.
you know you're going to have to go through them all.
Right.
So it changes how you think about the game, which is kind of cool. So
Yep, I really like this one. This one, I still think I like Orleans better because I really do like for whatever reason, I like the games where lots of things are happening.
yeah, you just like to melt your
I
brain
like
a
to
little bit.
go,
But,
it's
you
like
know,
juggling.
we
It's
had-
like juggling all these things at once. This one's more like you're just.
But you have the warehouse too. This has
yeah.
the warehouse too, so you have to think about that, and it's got a little planning involved with filling that. So I think we need to play it more.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
going to reserve judgment on that, but
Maybe.
Orleans, that's tough. That's a good number 4.
All right.
My number 3 is one of those that has an ugly cover, but it's really pretty on the inside. Just for you, Tommy. I'm sure it was Tommy, wasn't it? Anyway, it's Merlin.
You don't like that cover? That cover is awesome.
Meh. Scary Santa Claus dude with a stick.
Hello, I'm Santa Claus.
That's Santa Claus. That is not Merlin, people. That's an angry Santa.
You're sitting around the round table, Excalibur and the Grail. It's great. The castle in the background.
Boring.
It's lovely.
This is not one of those that the theme grabbed me. However, the gameplay and again the artwork on the board, the pieces are awesome. Love the game. Love the game. And if you like the theme, you're probably going to be over the moon about this one. This is one of those Felds that seems to bring people back into Feldness because of the way it plays and everything. Really love this game. It's a typical point salad, but this time dice are kind of ruling this one, so there's a little bit of randomness in it, but you have a couple directions you can no, can we travel 2 directions, or is it only the Merlin?
Only
travels?
Merlin go.
Merlin travels 2 directions.
There's a thing, a power that you go.
Oh, that's right. There's powers and stuff. But you're traveling around, and you get to do I want to say station. That's kind of what they are, though. But each knight's area, you can go in and do certain abilities, get flags, stuff, shields to defend against the castle invaders and things like that. And you can put some of your people there and get influence in these areas. And then the Merlin, you can move him around also and have him do extra things for you and get you extra goodies and points and all of this. And I really like the way the dice works with this. He does some clever things with the dice, because it feels like, okay, at first you're like, oh, it's roll and move, but it's not, because when you're going, you're kind of timing it. Do I want to move the Merlin this time with this, or do I want to move some of my people? Because I can get, maximize this and plan out your turns a little bit in advance, have some backup plans, put where you want to influence things, trying to get future gains. I like it. The point salad stuff with this one's really fun. And again, awesome board, really pretty. Grabs the eye. It's really easy to figure out. Once you learn how to play the game, it's really easy to figure out what you're doing where, because again, his boards kind of explain sort of what's where. His symbols and everything are really good, so.
Yep. I agree.
Pretty fun.
I agree so much that it's my number 3.
What? No way.
So my number 3 is also Merlin.
Awesome.
For all the reasons said, but really I like the dice. I mean, it reminds me a lot of my favorite Feld, which is Oracle Delphi. It reminds me a lot of that because there's the dice, and it's almost like a puzzle with the dice. This is the kind of puzzle I like. I have 4 dice. I have 3 of my own dice and 1 Merlin die, and I've got to use those in a specific order to land on the places I want to do. So what order do I want to put those dice in to maximize my turn? And on top of that, like she said, there's ways to manipulate the dice. There's some ways to flip the die over so you can turn a 1 into a 6, or there's some that you can add numbers to the die, and so you're like, I really need to do these 4 actions. How can I get my dice to get me to those 4 actions? And if I can't do the 4 actions I want, which ones can I do, and how can I maximize my turn? And you're the whole time you're thinking that. At the same time, you have that Merlin piece that the other players are moving.
But you can too.
But that can mess your whole flow up, right? Like, okay, I want to move 3. I want to move 1, use 1 of my dice and move 3, and then I'm going to use the Merlin to move 2. Oh wait, she just moved the Merlin. Now I got to kind of re-churn what I'm going to do and figure it out. And there is some strategy, but there's a lot of tactics too based on what the other players are doing.
That's true. You do have to react, because you can mess up people's stuff with your Merlin. So you don't want to rely too heavily on him to get stuff you want because of that.
And it's a point salad game. You get points for this and this and this. And
yeah,
this
everything
and
you
this
do
and
gives you
this.
points,
But it's I think this is going to be another like Oracle Delphi. Oracle Delphi. This is going to be another one of those Felds that doesn't appeal to a lot of people who like Feld games. So I don't think it's going to ever get way up on the list.
You don't think so? I would think vice versa. I think it's going to pull people in.
No.
You don't think so? Because of the theme?
Feld immediately runs a lot of people off. They see Feld and they're like, nope.
Yeah, but you don't think the Merlin, the fact that it's like the knights and all that, because that's such a popular thing.
But you got to get that person to come to the table to play a Feld game.
Don't show them.
Don't tell them it's a Feld.
Just put it out on the table. Be like,
and
look at this pretty...
Maybe, but yeah, I think this is going to be one of the ones that doesn't hit high on people's list of Feld games. Where I think this is going to be higher on my list. I don't think it'll be like tippy top of my list, but it'll be higher on my list.
Well, didn't you... No, we haven't done a Feld list since...
Yeah, we have.
Did we, since we got Merlin?
No.
See? There you go.
Merlin would probably be...
Where you put it? No, you mix these all up on purpose.
No, it would be probably 5 or 6, 7, somewhere in there.
That's still pretty high.
Yep.
Just saying.
Onward to your number 2.
My numero 2 has been mentioned before, and it's got some lovely little fluffy alpacas in it.
Oh.
Altiplano!
Yeah, I knew you liked this one better than I
I
did.
do like this game a lot. And for all of the things that we already mentioned, I really like the bag building aspect of it. And I like the fact that they changed it just enough, again, where you're running through your bag of items before you replenish it. I think that's really neat. And I like the little warehouse mechanism, because you're trying to fill up things to get victory points, but it has to be of the same type for each row and this and that. So the whole time you can be getting rid of those items and storing them in your warehouse and trying to rack up points that way too. So it's like almost like a side game on top of this, to me, like a little bit of a point salad-y aspect. But again, like you said, it's still simpler than Orleans, but it's still got enough going on to keep you active. So I really enjoy this one. And it's, again, another one that's really visually pleasing. It's really pretty. Love the art.
And you get the big alpaca
Oh
start
my
player marker.
Goodness. Ours, though, the legs don't stay on the dumb thing. So as soon as we move it,
Pick
he's
him
like,
up and now he's
he
crippled.
dies.
He's
And it's
crippled
like,
alpaca.
and we can't glue him because then he gets smushed in the box. Oh, alpaca.
All right. My number 2 has been mentioned already.
Has it? Oh. Clans?
Cleanse of
Caledonia!
Caledonia!
This one's so cool.
I really enjoyed this game. This is just
Yeah.
This is just like the perfect weight, the perfect game length. It's just a really smooth game. It reminds me a lot of Viticulture in the fact that it's the right weight, the right smoothness. It plays well two-player. It's easy to teach. There's a lot of strategy involved in how you do things.
Yep.
It has an economy system to it. I love the economy system. It really, I've mentioned Gnomes of Zavendor
Zavendor.
before. It uses that economy system where basically every good has a price, and as you buy more,
I didn't even mention that.
as you buy more of the goods, the price goes up. As you sell goods, it goes down. So you can manipulate the market. You can really, and it just has so many things I like in games, and it's all just kind of comes together in a real nice, neat package. I like the components. The meeples are really good. They got little cheese wedges and little whiskey barrels and things like that. I mean,
very cute.
It's just a great, and for a Kickstarter game, it just knocked it out of the park, I think.
It's nice because it's games like that make you say, okay, maybe Kickstarters, I think they're trying really hard. It seemed like this year was a year the Kickstarters kind of took it up a level. Because a lot of times we're like, Kickstarter, the rules are horrible, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It seems like we had a lot less of that this year. This year we're like, wow, this was a Kickstarter game, and it was like this. This is one of those games you can hold up and say that about, which is refreshing.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a great Euro game. I mean, it's another one of those your farming games, basically, but
I love that.
It adds an aspect of area control on the board. It basically has a map, and you're building out. It reminds me a lot of the Scythe, how Scythe does their resources, where you basically you put workers in different spots, and then you get resources from those areas. I mean, it's a little different from Scythe, but it's similar that you're controlling areas. You obviously can't knock people off their spots, but you can.
Clans of Caledonia, the war expansion.
And the settlement scoring is a little quirky, like she said, but once you kind of figure it out, it's not
that bad. It's just remembering it early enough in the game for me to get it straight and be able to maximize my points. But
I mean, it's not a huge amount of points, but it's definitely a good.
But if you were to ignore that could hurt you pretty badly at the end of the game.
It can.
So,
it can.
But it's fun. Very fun game.
Yeah, I like it.
Good pick.
There's lots of things I like about the game. I could talk about it for forever. The only reason it's not number 1 is there's even a better game that I believe is both our number 1s.
Really? You liked that game too?
I think it's both our number 1. Like what? Unless you missed the game, we don't jump the gun here. No, it's not both our number 1s. You missed a game.
I missed a game?
Yep.
Okay, well, it's going to be hard pressed to beat this game anyway, because my number 1 I love, and it's going to be pretty high on my top 100, I think. And that is Yamatai. Oh my goodness, I think this is the prettiest game we own, period. And because of that alone, I was like, ooh, what is this game? I mean, it's one of those games, and I think I'm not alone in saying that. A lot of people have probably said that. It is gorgeous, and it's fun. I love the fact that the weird little way that you use your boats to make a trail
right
to from little island to island And you can decide, okay, am I taking this thing off of the island? Am I doing something else? And the different decisions you have to make, and you're trying to collect enough boats to be able to go do these things. And I love the way this game works. It's such an elegant design. It's fun. You've got all these options. It's another one of those wide open. You can make so many different choices in this game. And it's kind of a race. Again, to me, I kind of get a slight Oracle of Delphi race feel to it, because there's a few objectives that you can follow through with to win. And I guess the boats remind me of that too. Maybe that's part of it too.
Yeah,
it's got the little boats and
yeah,
stuff.
Maybe.
But it's just, I love it. I love just going from island to island and picking different things to do, and it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous game.
Yeah, I really admit it's a beautiful game, but I don't know, it just, for whatever reason, it doesn't.
Really? Oh, I loved it. I had a blast with it. It's one of those that as soon as we're done playing, I wanted to play it again.
It's a good game. I mean, it reminds me a lot of Five Tribes, and Five
Mm-hmm.
Tribe lands in the same kind of area. It's a for me, it's a good game, but it just doesn't. Woo!
Well, I did. I went woo when I played it. So there you go.
It's okay. It just doesn't. I don't know. It falls in that. I think it falls in that same. Reminds me of Grand Austria Hotel. It falls in that area where it's not light enough to be casual, and you just kind of play it, and your brain doesn't churn, and you're just kind of just enjoying yourself.
Okay.
And then the other end is the heavier games where you're really thinking, you're really head down, like, what am I going to do? What's my strategy? This one kind of falls in the neutral zone between those two of it's thinky but not super thinky, and it's not heavy. It doesn't really make my brain melt. It's just kind of, it's just there.
Cut me deep, Shrek. Don't listen to this person.
It was on my short list. It was number 12.
You're on my short list.
So, anywho,
I am affronted.
this is what I thought.
Affronted.
Anything else?
No, I'm
This is what I thought your number one would be, and you must have missed this game because I know you love
Oh, I do.
Lorenzo il Magnifico. It is Magnifico.
A game that looks like carpeting.
Lorenzo il Magnifico.
That is Il Magnifico. That's true. That's true.
This game
I don't know.
is
That's
awesome.
It's a pretty good game.
I love this game so much. I almost bought the expansion in Italian just to have it.
That would have been awesome.
I almost bought it in Italian.
Oh my
They
gosh.
had stickers where you could cover up the words on all the cards and
no,
stuff.
you would
I'm
not.
like,
no.
I really want it, but
Oh
I
my.
hate stickers.
Oh my god.
So I'm waiting for this expansion to come out. I am excited because
You would have been in there going bubbity bobbity bubbity boobity. I don't know what this says. Oh my gosh.
yeah. So they at
This game,
at
that's
BGG
true.
Con they had the expansions selling, but it was only in Italian. And I picked it up and had it on my stack. And I walked up. I said, "Is this in English? Do they have English rules?" He's like, "No." He handed me like a sticker sheet, and I'm like, "Oh, back on the shelf." But anyway, Lorenzo in contrast to Yamatai, this reminds me of Clans. It's just the right weight. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's just enough to make me get invested in the game. Gets me interested. Gives me lots of good choices to make. It gives me different paths to victory. It makes me think just enough that it hurts just a little bit, but doesn't make me like.
There's slight smoke coming out of his ears. Not
It's that weight.
Yeah.
And there's we only own a handful of games that I can go, this is the perfect weight for me.
Yeah. It is super
I
fun.
do like to tread in the heavy games occasionally. I do like to tread into the light games occasionally. But this is in my wheelhouse. This is what I want. This is Lorenzo. This is Viticulture. What other games we have that I love? This is Pillars of the Earth. This is just that right weight. For me anyway. This is the perfect weight.
Oh, I love Lorenzo. It's so much fun. This is a really good game.
Yeah.
And I did miss it completely, or else it would be. Yeah,
it's a
it's
a 2016, but it was in Europe.
Oh,
in 2016.
okay,
It
that's
didn't come
why.
out in the
So I didn't
US
see
until 2017.
I didn't see it then, because
I'm trying to think of other games that fall.
Well, this
in
one's
that
so
weight.
much fun too
Most of the
because
Feld games fall in that
the
weight.
church thing. If you ignore that, you get
Yeah.
your butt kicked in this game too, because you have to have a certain amount of faith. I want to say it is or something, and if you don't get that, the detriments each round when they score that are brutal. So you have to keep up on that. And there's so few things on the board that give you those faith points.
Yeah.
So we end up just duking it out for those every time. It is a complete race for that. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, and I just thought while you were talking that this reminds me of a Feld game.
Mm-hmm.
If this had Stefan Feld written on the cover, I would not be shocked because it reminds me so much of his games.
Yeah, it does have a lot going on with it.
Yeah.
It's not quite as point salad-y as
but he has some
but
games
you're right that are lighter, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, this game just hit all the marks. It's just that perfect weight. And Clans is that as well. And I had to decide it was between these two, which one was my top game.
That's good.
So.
Yep.
That is it. Lorenzo Il Magnifico.
That's pretty good.
If you like Euro games, you need to
You'll
play
like
this
one.
game. You need to play this game. You need to play Clans. Both of those games.
Yeah.
If you like just straight Euro-y games,
Indeed.
Those are games you need to try out.
Totally. So, okay, which ones would you guys put on the list? I'm curious. I'll give you a minute to, cycle through and see this because I want to know what other ones you guys really said.
While they're doing that, because there's some games that
we haven't played yet.
There's some games that we have not played that I think will make my list if we get to them before June.
Yeah.
Those are, and I own all these but one. so they will get played. Here are the ones I think that would make my list if I played them.
Okay.
That is Lisboa, which is set up on the board in front of us. First Martians.
Oh yeah, we haven't played that yet either.
Charterstone.
Oh my goodness.
Pandemic Legacy Season 2. Bless you.
Holy cow.
And
I'm sorry, guys.
was it Raja of the Ganges? Raja
of the Ganges?
That one. And Agra. Agra looks really good.
That's the only one you don't have, right?
That's the only one.
That's the only one that I think.
Is the only one I don't have. Now, there's certain games that people love that we will never play. And that is Gloomhaven. That is, what is it? War of Mine? What's it called? Something.
And War of Endines?
No, War of Mine. Something. Someone will tell me what it is. Seventh Continent. I would love to play that game. We just can't commit the time that we need to
do
play
that one.
game.
Yeah, that's true.
What else? There's a lot of games that came out this year that have the hundreds of hours of playtime, and we won't even touch
Pandemic
those.
Legacy.
That was on my list, right?
Did you put that on there? Oh, I didn't hear you say that one. Yeah, that one's gonna be awesome too. And
yeah, I was curious why Queen Domino didn't make your list.
It was on my short list. I want to play it again. It's so similar to King Domino. It didn't stand out enough to me where I was like, I gotta put this on my list. And I mean, Downforce was in the same boat too. I love Downforce, but it wasn't like, this one to me was a super hit with the family. And Ex Libris and Sagrada.
There's another one another one that I think will make your list next year, and it probably won't make mine, but I bet it will make your list this year because next year when we redo this list, we just played it last night.
Oh, Fog of Love. How could I forget that? Oh my gosh, yes!
That probably won't make my list, but I know it will make her list.
It'll probably make my list. Yeah. It's a hoot. Oh my gosh, have you guys played that?
This War of Mine is the name of it.
This War of Mine?
Yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic...
I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, sorry.
I think it's a post-apocalyptic survival game or something like that. I don't know. Something like that.
I like that. That's good stuff. Oh, wow. Okay, so you have the smaller, I swear, or my eyes are going bad.
There we go.
Yeah, sorry guys, I don't know what got me all sneezy.
Alright, let's back up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm peeking at games you guys have... Yeah, Lisboa, we're playing tonight, guys. We'll find out.
Lisboa will make my list. I've read the
yes,
I've
I'm wearing
read
a
the
Trek
rules.
shirt.
I've read the rules.
You can see my Enterprise. I'm trying to turn it so you guys can see
I read
Enterprise.
the rules, and I think it's gonna...
You're gonna love it,
I'm
yeah.
gonna like it. Seventh Continent, I haven't...
Vikings, 878?
I've heard about it. I haven't played it.
Sounds intriguing.
This War of Mine's that one I said we probably won't play.
Yeah. Flick 'em Up, Dead of Winter. I'm curious about that game. That sounds pretty funny. You'll have to tell me
tell me I'm
about it
pronouncing Agra wrong.
Agra?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sword and Sorcery is another one we probably won't play.
I get to.
I think we've pretty much checked out on dungeon crawls at this point.
Oh my gosh, it's really hard for us to get a lot of the closest to dungeon
so
crawl.
frustrating trying to play
Arcadia Quest and get that in?
No, to try to play Descent. And we just could not get the campaign done, and it was just frustrating.
Yeah.
So I just anything that's a series of games that doesn't play well two-player, we're probably never going to play.
Yeah, that's going to be hard. Yeah.
And anything that takes more than total playtime of more than 20, 30 hours is going to be out of our reach, probably.
At some point, I think when Nessa gets older, now Katie's hit or miss. When she's in the mood to play games, she'll play games, and she can play just about anything now. She's gotten pretty good at strategizing and picking things up, but she's not in the mood to play it a lot. So it just kind of depends with her. But when Nessa gets older, we might be able to revisit some of that stuff, because Nessa is a heavy-duty board gamer. And when Katie's in the mood, then we'd have all four. We'd have a 4-player setup. So it's just right now, where we're at right now, it's going to be harder for us to do, but we might be able to revisit that later on when both girls are older, and because Nessa is a gamer, hardcore gamer.
So the couple more that were mentioned, Ethnos, I want to try that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll like it or not. I definitely want to try it.
Yeah, I want to try the Ethnos. I've heard too much about it.
And then the Baron Park, if we ever get a copy of that game.
Yes, that's never in print.
They did one print run and it hasn't come out since. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's not going to be printed again, or if I don't know. I don't know what happened with that, but it was like in print for like 10 seconds and it was out of print.
Anachrony. Ooh, that sounds cool. Anachrony. What's
I've heard about it. I haven't played it.
What's Anachrony? Tell us about Anachrony. I want to know about that. Alhambra. I love Alhambra. If it wasn't for that weird ghosty player, we would play Alhambra all the time because I'd make him play it.
Someone suggested that for Alhambra to play normal. Don't worry about the ghost player.
Ghost player? I've wanted to do that, but you thought it might unbalance it.
Anachrony has a 2-tiered worker placement system.
What?
I mean, I have to look at this. And why is this not on my radar?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Best with 3 players.
But it's 1 to 4.
Economic science fiction.
What? This may be on our radar.
See? I will bookmark this page. It's a time travel game. I remember now.
Oh, rock on.
Yeah, I remember that.
I want to try that. Strawberry Ninja. The name cracks me up.
Yeah, I saw a review for that.
I'm
going to take my Lorenzo off since we're doing the after talk. I always forget to do that.
You love to advertise for the...
Everyone asks if that a Takanoko mug.
It looks like it, doesn't it? Isn't he adorable? He has a little hat that sits on top, too. Nessa found this where?
Some parchment store.
Yeah. I don't know where you guys found it. But yeah, when
we were looking for journals for you, and that happened to be in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's for Christmas shopping. Nessa found me this little guy, and he's got a little Santa hat on top. It is adorable. Isn't he cute? He does look like Takanoko, though. That's hilarious. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, here's my little guy.
They said Anachrony is a good 2-player, so. Right.
Oh, man. See, thank you. This is why we ask you guys. You guys show us some good stuff.
All right, so down in the comments, tell us what is your favorite game for 2017. What games that you haven't played yet that you're looking forward to playing. I told you my list. What's your list?
Definitely.
Probably Pandemic Legacy and Charterstone are probably the tops of that list that we haven't played yet.
It's going to happen.
It is going to happen. Lisboa is happening right now. Right after this show, we'll let you know how we liked it. I think I'm going to enjoy it quite a bit.
Yes. So, we will be, next up, we are going to be doing the after party for your top 100. And that's going to be near New Year's, right?
The after party is going to be either New Year's Day, not New Year's Day, the 31st.
Okay.
Probably sometime on the 31st is when we'll do this. So the day before New Year's. Not too late because people are going to be going to parties
and stuff.
So it'll probably be midday U.S. time. If I can get a quiet spot to do it. Or maybe we'll let Nessa...
Whatever. We hook Nessa up to the games. Or she'll come and sit with us. She's usually pretty quiet.
So probably look for it probably on the 31st. And someone is starting her list very soon. So
probably tonight.
Her first episode
always coming soon.
Will be sometime in January. Probably the first or second week in January. Hers will probably film in one big blast before she goes back to work.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll never see me again. So yeah, but that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So
yeah, I'm curious about your list. I'm curious what's going to be at the top because your list is definitely more diverse than mine.
Oh, mine's way diverse.
So I find your list. I personally find your list more interesting than my list because my list is the bottom half is
Lighter games?
It like gets heavier as you go up the list.
That's
for the
true.
most part.
And mine's gonna be like they're all thrown together.
Yeah, you could have
That's
like a family game right next to a heavy game on your list.
That's
so
true
it's just gonna
too.
be curious
That's
to see how
true
it
too.
falls out.
It's fun, yeah, because I do like to base. Some of mine will be based off of my favorite games are off of like super awesome plays. Like Katie was in the mood to play. We played like 20 games in a row of Battle Kittens. So that's not on my top 100. I'm pretty sure, but I'm just saying like things like that influence like how much I really love the games and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. I'm doing I think I'm gonna do your route and do the Pub Meeple thing too because some of these are just, oh my gosh, just gut-wrenching. I have a really hard time picking games and ranking them
that
anyway.
People's thing is kind of interesting because when you're done, it just kind of falls. It
falls into place. You're like, really? Like, wow. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's a fun little thing.
Yeah. So
all
I'm
right.
do that. So
I think that's it. Let's wrap her up. So the next top 10 we'll do will be next year, and it'll probably be Tuesday again. We've been doing these on Tuesday for the most part. I do not know what it'll be. I kind of want to do something interesting, like not just necessarily games, but we'll see what happens with it. So
you haven't said oh, you haven't.
Nope. So look for a
random
top 10.
I have a whole list of them. So thank you guys for joining us once again. I hope you all have a wonderful. Hopefully, some of you have some time off. If you don't, good luck. May it be a nice, peaceful week for you.
Yep.
See you
Bye,
soon.
guys.